I came into Weightless Wednesday feeling heavy, and there has been such a beautiful shift that's happening. And as I tapped into my powwow today and stood barefoot on the grass and enjoying the sun, just kind of peeking through, I found this little shady spot because it's getting hot today. I did a color walk because of the heaviness that just kind of I woke up with this morning. And usually trash can truths are Tuesdays and Thursdays and we get it all out. And today I was just trying to, did the ABCIC, activating the body, consciousness, and color. Where do I feel this in my body? And it came back, it's the whole body. And as I sat here and just like, okay, so how do we move this energy through? And what is it? What is it that's holding this density, this weight, this anchor? And as I brought all of the emotions up into this moment, brought it into my powwow to be hugged by the healing that's universally guided by the Divine Father, Mother, God, it came down to weight, my physical vessel. And since March of 2023, I know it's divinely been orchestrated, but since March of 2023, when I was asked to be an energy bank for the collective, it's like carrying the billion, if you think about it, billions and billions of dollars that you have to physically carry on your body, and doing this for a collective. The weight started to come back on, and I had lost about 60 pounds of trauma weight and getting off of opiates and alcohol and all of my forever drugs. So the sobriety of it had brought me to this beautiful flow. I felt just so amazing in my body. Even living horizontally, I could float and I would flutter, and in my meditations I would just be not of this world. And then as this weight came on, I was told that I needed this weight to hold me in density, to be here now. And as the years have gone on, more has expanded from this. And I have surrendered to it. And there are moments of, getting dressed or going to events or, anything that's putting my physical image out there. I struggled because I would have to bring myself back into my center and know that I'm doing this for a divine reason and surrender again. It's this beautiful surrender. In every moment that I would have those negative thoughts about myself, I would release, move, and clear, redact it, fill that with affirmations of worthiness, of beauty, of grace. And this last week, every time I asked for what is unseen, I was brought back to the beauty of me, the beauty of within, of my energy, I was receiving all these beautiful affirmations from the universe, from the Divine Father, Mother, God, of the unseen is the beauty I am. And then today, as I was moving through and feeling it, like feeling the weight and the density of this weight that I'm carrying. And then perimenopause came in a couple years ago, last year, and that was a whole new transition of your body is changing, and going through utilizing Akashic Reiki and utilizing the records and my powwows with the Divine Father, Mother, God, I have been able to seamlessly flow through this and just sit in grace and gratitude for every moment that the metamorphosis of my body has occurred. And I'm not asking for it to be removed. I'm not asking for it to be different. I just wanted to understand it. And as we moved into August and the beginning of September, we were told that the energy banks are. We've been anchoring and transferring this weight, this energy, because energy will be our currency, is our currency. And as we are anchoring in these energy banks around the globe, that little by little, this density. And then I was told in today that that will continue to happen over the next few years. And this is going into 2027. So knowing that and knowing the beauty of it, I was okay with it. And I fell into surrender. And I fell into grace and gratitude to be chosen to be this energy bank, to hold this weight for the collective. And this is collective and planetary, universal and cosmic. As we moved into and shifted into the cosmic fields and doing work in the cosmic fields of building this cosmic celestial pillar in January, it was building it every day and not know why we're building it, and then anchoring it in, and its evolution and transcendence that it's gone through has just been absolutely beautiful, and I just flow and surrender to it. As we were feeling, though, today in our human vessel, all of this weight, I felt like, why should I ask again when I already know the answer? And what's interesting about the Akashic records and the Akashic field and your celestial fields of the unseen grid, the information's always changing based on the actions you put forth and the actions of the collective, planetary, universal, whatever's going on, it can change. And so today when I just was like, okay, help me process this, help me flow through this additional 70 pounds that I am holding on to, that I'm carrying and walking and flowing in. I was given again, the pieces of it was that I needed the density to keep me here in my physical vessel. And I'm shown that I'm not the only one. That's why I'm sharing my heart and my soul with you today. That I needed the density because I was fluttering and flying so high, I was vibrating out of my body. And the density and becoming an energy bank anchored me here. And as we built the celestial pillar, we were anchored even more into the cosmic core and the cosmic heart. And that is a huge field to hold its energy from. And so when you're working in this planetary and universal and cosmic fields, you need to be fully anchored. You need the density, you need the grounding. And I was shown that an anchor is huge. It's massive. And it's the depth and the density of it. It holds and grounds ships that are carrying a huge load. And that's what these energy banks are. They are, when you're an energy bank for the collective, these are huge. It's like carrying physically on your body the weight of, if we turn it into currency, currency, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. And these anchors can't be anything but that. And then I was shown as this anchor is actually you're serving the collective with your anchor to keep the worlds and the timelines and the dimensions hold it together, which allows more time within the collective for the collective to wake up, to rise up, and during that we're restoring the intrinsic source energy into the universal playground. And I have this beautiful blue jay who's sitting here just like, I need you to hear me, that I speak. You are speaking for the divine Father, Mother, God, and you are bringing and anchoring such a beautiful light. And then as we do that and more awaken, then your anchor will be lifted and there will be a separation. As the anchor is pulled out of the earth and the earths separate, the grids separate, that all of those connections the cords will be cut, and there will be a full separation from the old earth to the new earth, the heaven on earth. And the overlay of the grids that we're currently working with, of the unseen grid, is supporting that. So you think about kind of like a hot air balloon, that the new earth is this hot air balloon that has all these strings attached to it, keeping it to the earth. And when it's ready to be released, all those cords are cut and lifted, and the anchors are lifted from them for it to rise. And that you, as an anchor, as an energy bank, will be the compulsion as the anchor is lifted out of the cosmic core that allows the earth to rise to the cosmic heart. And that's where that is where the earth is the heart. As that is done, then the anchors, those energy banks, will be the compulsions. And then I'm shown engines of a jet, and how the engines are heavy and dense, and they have to be. They've got to carry the weight to allow this energy to be a rocket, that all of that is impacted in that first initial rise up that you have to flow into, like you have to be ready for, and then you will be used as that. And that it's really kind of after the 26th into 27 that I'm being shown that this will occur. And again, everything will go on divine timing, and it may happen sooner based on the awakenedness and consciousness of the collective. And yesterday we saw and I don't even know, I was completely guided I woke up from a reset, and I was told that we were in a 0 point, and there was this huge celebration going on, and I was told that we were in a 0 point for the collective. It's the highest consciousness that we can achieve as in oneness. And it was happening in that moment. So I was like, okay, so it's got to show me somewhere that we're here. And I checked the Schumann resonance, and I saw this beauty of peace where there was barely anything on the charts. It was this dark indigo color. It was just this dark in depth of this color, and there was just a little bit of the green on it. And then we had this streak of green of the heart that came through, and that was the 0 point of the collective. And I went to the global consciousness, and we were at purple, which they call blue, indigo blue, and we were at 98%. And it just kept going up from there as I sat there and felt it and watched it. And this was because of the shift of transitions that are happening as the resonance, the Christ conscious connection, moves into coherence and full convergence. And I was told that we had a convergent shift that was early, that was supposed to come in November. And it's happening now. So that's how quickly we can make an impact when we come together. And the information that's coming through about the conduits, the transducers and transductor. And the transductor isn't even a word. This is a remembrance, is what I'm being shared. So as I sat went into this Weightless Wednesday, doing my yellow color walk, wearing yellow, connecting with the personal power of the Divine Father, Mother, and bringing in my woes, my weight and woes. And I left it in this, as I sit here now, is that there's so much beauty in the unseen, and the pieces of the puzzle that are being placed in this cosmic blueprint that's being laid out for not only you, but for Mother Earth and for the universal and cosmic fields, is beyond vibration and frequency to hold. And that as I walked away from it, I was no longer feeling heavy. I was feeling joy, love joy, and grace, and just beauty and so honored to be be within the collective that have these roles. And if you are resonating with the transductor role, that that you are the orchestrating, you are the maestro, you are orchestrating the energy that's being brought in from above, from the solar, bringing up from the divine. If you are resonating with that remembrance of the transductor role that you are in, is where you are beyond the alchemizing. You can do the conductor, you can do the conduit, and you can bring and be that channel that brings in the purity of the divine Father, Mother, God, and keeping it in its purity. You can be the transducer that transmutes, alchemizes, transcends, and harmonizes the energy. You are transmuting it in every moment of every day. And then you are anchoring it in. And as you feel that you are that anchor, that you are the heart coherence, you are in those roles to be an alchemist, those roles transition into a transductor. And this is where you are moving the pieces around. You are in this pillar of light, in this channel, that you are not only doing those other roles, they are in trinity, they are in complete oneness and unity to the divine conscious cosmic blueprint. And you're moving and shaking it. And as the conduits bring the energy down into the earth, and they're anchoring it, as the transducers are alchemizing, transmuting, harmonizing, and transcending all of that, you then are taking that energy that they're pouring in, and you are filling in the unseen grid. And we have our crow confirmations. So each of these roles are so vital and so important, and as the transductor resonance and more of that role comes available to us, many of us are stepping into that. And you may be all of it, all in one. This is the infinite of I am. And you may be asked to do all those things. And I was told that it's okay to feel the weight of it sometimes. It's okay to feel heavy. And that's why these Weightless Wednesdays is where you get to come and give it all back. Give it back to the divine Father and Mother God, to transmute it back into light, to boomerang it out. And what comes back to you is what's meant for you. And that's what we did. We sat in boomeranging the beauty of what's to come, the beauty of what I'm being shown, the beauty of this hot air balloon, and being that anchor in the ships in the depths of the ocean, being the anchor into the core of the earth and into the cosmic core. And knowing that because of the work you're doing every single day to continue to be a transductor and raise your vibration and be the rainbow rise up, which is restoring the intrinsic source energy into the universal playground. The more you're doing all those things, you are preparing yourself and gathering the weight, gathering the energy, gathering the vibrations. The energy is our currency, so you can be the propulsion. You can then lift your anchor, and as your anchor is lifted, then you are the massive frequency and vibration that's needed for us, the rocket, the jet. You are that energy that helps us to propel us in full separation from the old earth into the new earth and into the heaven on earth frequencies. That's who you are. And if you resonate with this, please put a rocket and a rainbow in the comments. And I would love to connect with you and to connect with your energy and be in touch base and be in community to what's to come.